everybody doing? Yes, beans are coming out of the field. You see behind me, and actually all around me, is the last of soybeans for 2017. That I'm happy for. But everybody's been asking, how are your replant soybeans doing? Well, I'm glad you asked. I'm standing in them right now. For reference, that's what they look like looking down the rows. Look pretty good, right? Now, this is what they look like looking crossways of the row. These are 30-inch beans replanted at 15-inch centers. And as you can see, emergence was a very big issue on this farm. That was our main problem, on the problem we had as far as having to replant in the first place. The ground was so hard that the bean stem actually came up out of the ground. But the problem is, the actual bean pod, the plant, could not break through the crust. And what it ended up doing is breaking the stems off. So my population was 140,000. Our overall stand count was less than a third of what the planted population was. So it justified replanting. We went through and replanted the end of June, same as last year. The soybeans that I replanted last year actually averaged 66 bushels to the acre. Not too bad if you ask me for beans that were replanted in June. These were planted similarly, but the yield is not there. The yield in this field is less than half of what my replanted beans were last year. What do you think these beans are yielding right now? Granted, yes, there are a lot of bean pods. They are podded heavy. They're branched. They're podded. They look nice, but for reference, can you see they're only up to my knee. Typically, beans for us, soybeans for us are usually about up to my belt, while still potted fairly heavy. This field was given potash. It was given a shot of fungicide. Everything that my replanted beans last year did not get. And it ended up yielding, currently, I mean, the final tally is not met yet, or set yet. But the yield, it's running pretty consistently, right about 30. Far from the best beans I've ever raised. Actually, this is going to take my lowest raised record as far as bushels per acre for soybeans. Before it was 50, but if the field average is anything less than 50, it's a new low record for me. Something I hope I never have to beat going forward. But my overall impression, my replant beans this year were a fail. As is farming, as is life, nothing is guaranteed. Weather played a big part of it. If we would have gotten steady rains and would have gotten the ground soften up and not quite stay so hard, that would have made a big difference. But the problem is every time I went to go plant this, and I actually planted this on 3 separate days, every time I went to go plant this, I was chased home by a fairly strong storm. So after I went through and actually planted these beans, the ground got pounded with heavy rain. And I know for a fact that played against me, because emergence was terrible. But looking forward, this field is going to be no-tilled into corn next year. It was no-till soybeans this year. It's currently 11 degrees out right now, which is shortening my video for you because my fingers are froze. But overall, I'll do it again. I'm not disheartened from ever wanting to farm again. This is what farming is. So I'm gonna get back in where it's warm. So take care, take it easy, keep in touch.